This is Eric B. Horn, and welcome to another episode of the Eric B. Horn Pro Dev Experience. Your career and your business isn't always roses and bubbles and happy, happy, joy, joy. There are some instances where your career can get a little challenging, it can get a little discouraging, and what I like to do is take some of those situations and shed some light on it. Take a tragic moment or a moment where things may not be going right and put a strategic spin on it so it's a lesson learned and you can move forward from it. So today's episode, I want to talk about the number one mistake people do before their review. If you're working for a big corporation, review time can be very exciting and it can also be very stressful. For most employees, if they have a good review, they can get a pay increase, they can get a promotion, some certain things that can be very life-changing in a very positive way. However, if someone gets a bad review, it can put them in a position where they may be able to be put on a performance plan or may be let go. But what I want to do today is take the one mistake that I made in my career when it came to reviews, and after putting something in place, I never looked back. But before I even get into the actual mistake, let me create a little substance around the topic. Specifically for me, I was the only day-to-day information security person at a global firm, because I wasn't just focused on the United States. I was focused on the EMEA regions and the APAC regions all over the world. So I would do the day-to-day, which is relatively hectic. Throughout my first year, I completed a various amount of projects, created various amount of documentations. I was just struggling along with my head down every single day, just knocking out the work. So I'm thinking I'm coming in every day, I'm knocking out these projects, I'm knocking out these tasks, we're rolling along, I'm doing a great job. Until when it came to review time, my boss sat me down and gave me a horrible review. It was a hell of a bait and switch from my perspective, because he was coming up with things on what I didn't do when it came to my job. Everyone else around me, other directors and other IT individuals, knew the work that I was putting in, but for some strange reason I wasn't doing enough from his perspective. So it threw me for a loop. And one of the things that I didn't have, that outside of my words and outside of saying I did this, this, and this, and this, one thing that I didn't have that I should have prepared myself was a detailed document listing all the accomplishments that I did for that particular year. And that was the biggest mistake from my perspective. I thought that my boss was going to remember all the accomplishments that I did, but in actuality, he had so much going on, both personally and professionally, that he didn't have the mental space to do it. Have a detailed document listing all of the accomplishments that you've done throughout the year. You don't have to list your tasks. I'm talking about accomplishments. I'm talking about things that help move the department and the organization forward. I need for you guys to, in grave detail, list everything that you've done, time, dates, accomplishments, and things of that nature. So when it comes to review time, if you and your boss aren't on the same page of the accomplishments that you made, you have a detailed document that you can present in front of him or her to prove that everything that you've done. Again, that was the thing that I did not have when it came to my review. So I had to take the L the way I had to take it, because I've said over and over and over again, here are the accomplishments that I made, but in his eyes that I didn't. So that was the overall mistake of not having a detailed document throughout the year of your overall accomplishments. And based off of that, what I'm going to do is go into a little bit more detail about how do you go about having this document. And as a disclaimer, this process isn't just a one-shot, one deal. What I'm telling you guys to do is throughout the entire course of the year, on a monthly basis, document your accomplishments and the overall impact of those accomplishments. That's very key. I take that strategy when it comes to writing your resume. Just do not have bullet points on what you did. Talk about the overall impact based off of those actions, because those are the critical pieces that is going to move the needle and convince your boss, even though you shouldn't have to convince your boss all the hard work that you've done, but to convince your boss that, hey, I put in a significant amount of time, effort, energy, and work throughout the year. So this proves that I deserve whatever that percentage increase is or whatever this overall promotion is. The first thing that you would want to do is obtain the performance review from your HR department. What you want to do is get that performance review process and look at it thoroughly. Definitely figure out what the performance metrics are so you know exactly what you are walking into and how you will be rated. A one-on-one conversation with your boss to say, here are the overall performance metrics, which I'm sure you know of. How are you going to weigh me based off of these overall accomplishments? This is something that you as an employee need to be very proactive on. Do not expect your boss or your boss's boss to do this work for you. You want to make sure that you are creating a overall foundation on what's expected of you. And once you get that solidified, then every month you want to take that list and write out what you have accomplished. Not only the things that you've done. We're not just talking about the task that you are being paid to do. We're not looking for that. You want to look for the specific accomplishments that you have made moves the needle forward within the department or the business as a whole. Evaluate yourself every single month. So when it gets to the point where it's time for a review, you have a complete body of accomplishments that you can submit to your boss or your boss's boss. That's the main gist. You want a complete body of accomplishments that you can submit to your boss. So you're just not going off of, hey, I completed this or I completed that. It's very detailed. And that's the main thing. You know, what's documented is, okay, once documented, it helps you, you know, state your case. And also it helps to create a strong case for you on justifying why it's important for you to get that pay increase or to get that promotion. This strategy is very easy. It is a year-long process that you have to break down on a monthly basis, but having some sort of documentation on your accomplishments will equip you better when it comes to the review. In some instances, it'll equip your boss so they know everything that you've done. If you had any other questions, comments, concerns about this particular topic, feel free to reach out to me via email at info@ericbhorn.com. That's info@ericbhorn.com. Once again, for the people in the back, that is info@ericbhorn.com. Thank you guys for your time. I look forward to hearing from you and talk to you guys soon.